game. These Zergs, this Zerg in this case did manage to keep the hatchery alive. The Terran does now have a new expansion, but he did lose some drones. It's too bad that we didn't get to see this Baneling landmine go off here. I think this is another mistake though here by Losira.
Maybe, but no, he gets inside. He does not lift the bunker, or rather the depot, and kills the siege tank. Now he is on those barracks, Tasteless. It's going to be hard to deal with that, taking out another siege tank. That is oh so important. Every time you kill a siege tank as Zerg when you're going mass Banelings, you are going to feel good about yourself.
He did get in there and do a little bit of damage. Where is Losira going to expand next? Obviously, he can't take this location. It's too close by. Medevac, by the way, denied over here.
We do have a little bit of Losira harassment at the natural of MMA. MMA right now on 3 bases, Losira on 3 bases. MMA trying to do a little drop again. He's just being annoying with that Medevac and a few Marines. But Losira needs to start thinking about taking another base, Tasteless.
And as you say that, he expands over here in the bottom left. I would be surprised if Terran actually pushes this location. Generally speaking, they'll only attack that with drops. Looks like we have another Medevac drop coming in over here.
We do have a Spire on the way, Tasteless.
He missed it.
Ooh. Lucky for Losira right there. Notice that Lucira's creep spread not as good this game as a lot of others. It's been kind of a frantic game so far. And, he's making, oh my god, he's making 15 mutas. That is going to come as some surprise to MMA. That 15 mutas flying in, he has almost no turrets anywhere. Those mutas are actually going to be unbelievably deadly. MMA is going to be caught completely off guard by them.
Sending a small unit to patrol out here. He's going to spot this hatchery. Can Losira save it in time? He does have the Marine here to check at the Zelnaga watchtower.
Oh, he's actually going to send his mutas down. That's going to give MMA a lot more time to actually react to these mutas. And in fact, a bunch of turrets being put up right this moment. But still, that is a lot of mutas. It's going to be very hard to actually spread his units correctly to stop the mutalist harassment.
You could see MMA debated coming out to buy more time, says no, I've already got enough. Nice, actually spots that with the turret. Anyways, MMA does return here with the Medevac. And if you look at the supplies here, Losira is almost maxed out.
189 to 145. A little bit of a supply blockage for our Terran player. And it looks like he is moving around, maybe getting ready for a little attack here, Tasteless. Just kind of repositioning his units. Just about maxed out now, and just filling up the rest of his supply with Lings and Banelings.
Here come the mutas cleaning up. MMA does not have enough to deal with these mutas. He definitely doesn't want to lose those medevacs as well. Mutas continue to fly in here, now taking out the SCVs where the refinery is and the mineral line.
And any damage he can do right now is absolutely worth it, Tasteless. He is maxed out, so harassment is basically what he has to do. Not a whole lot else in store. And Tasteless, we are going to have a case of so many Banelings coming up in a moment.
All right, there's almost no way I think he can stop this. He does have a lot of siege tanks, but still.
Well, that many Banelings, Tasteless.
Pretty scary amount.
That is quite a few. I am actually just going to watch this swarm and wait for them to go after something.
I think sending those Zerglings in a line was not the best idea, but, this hatchery was taken out right now during a drop. Looks like he's continuing to hide these out down here right now. That's one small win for MMA. But for the time being, MMA really has to worry about just keeping this expansion alive.
He does not want to lose those rocks because then the Banelings will have a place to roll down. And that is a lot of Zerglings for no Marines. Wow. Well, there's a lot of siege tanks out for MMA
He's going to go and drop over here and try to take out this location in the bottom left.
Some spines being made, but not quick enough. We do have the Lings and Banelings coming down, but where are the mutas? There they are, and he's going to try to target those down. MMA starting to move out. The muta's going to put an end to this drop. Very nicely done by Losira, but MMA, he's moving out, killing some creep, and that was actually quite beautiful. Have his army move somewhere else after a drop, go out, get rid of creep, because without the creep, the Zerg unit's going to be much less effective.
Small little Baneling attack over here. Looks like MMA is going to be in some trouble here. This expansion not well defended.
And will he just right-click on that orbital? We will see a lot of Banelings coming in. It turns around. He's got to be careful. There are 9 siege tanks out right now. That is more than enough to decimate any Baneling attacks.
We got a drop coming over into the main base of Losira. He's got to send his mutalisks back in that direction.
Marines killing an Overlord, and here we go. Whoa! So many Banelings! Just going after all the siege tanks and Marines. and that is an absurd amount of banelings. Zerglings coming in, cleaning up more siege shanks, and suddenly he is down to just 3 of those, but his spawning pool, that is a very important building. A lot of Zerglings still in there being pulled out, but now he's just making 8lings and some mutas. He actually just can't make lings right now, Tasteless. How is he supposed to deal with this? He has to bring back his army, and MMA has this really funny timing to actually do a lot of damage to him.
All right, there's one small window of time for MMA to turn this back into a lead for him right now. He needs to do as much damage as humanly possible while the spawning pool is rebuilding. Siege mode here, hitting the queen, and the hatchery, remember, it was damaged earlier, could potentially be taken out. The spawning pool only at about, what, maybe 25% completion.
Yeah, and it looks like he will lose this base, sending his drones away, probably towards the bottom left a little bit. It looks like we will see a small counterattack. There are a lot of Marines in here. Siege Shanks taking out those lings, and, well, the mutas are still going to do quite a good job. He has quite a large flock of them, but really, he needs to get his spawning pool back, Tasteless. His whole game plan was based around lings and banelings, and that drop just removed that from the possible things he can do right now.
Spawning pool 75% complete here. Actually, even more than that. And that's when the reign of terror from MMA is going to stop, as Losira will be able to make Zerglings again, the primary unit he's using to attack here. Also note, while this is going on, MMA managed to sneak an expansion over here. This was a beautiful move. MMA really utilizing that drop he did previously.
That is actually a great move indeed, Tasteless. That extra base will come in so handy if this game just continues on. 40 Zerglings on the way. This drop killing so many mutas. Oh, that is just heartbreaking for a Zerg player to lose that many mutas to that drop. And he does clean it up, but he is going to need another base ASAP. He is barely mining at this point, just off of 1 base.
Yeah, this is going to get pretty ugly here. The mutas, the Zerglings, the banelings gathering up. Another drop over here.
Oh no, he took out the baneling nest, Tasteless, and now he's going to have just Zerglings. MMA doing a great job denying his tech structures that allow him to make the units he needs to win. And MMA may take the game because of this. Those Marines are just too strong. They're all 2-2. And even though he's making a lot more Zerglings, with those upgrades, the mutas are 0-0. The Zerglings will help, but he really needs some banelings.
Yeah, without banelings, the Marines are just too strong. It's just that simple. He's going to lose the hatchery over here. Could even potentially lose the spawning pool again. And a drop now taken out up here. Meanwhile, Zerg does spot the hidden expansion for MMA. He's running out of minerals here. He basically only has 1 base that's mineable.
I cannot believe my eyes, Tasteless.
Also a drop over here in the bottom, and that's it. That's a GG.
MMA. I cannot believe what I just saw, Tasteless. Losira was in control for a lot of the game. He was playing a beautiful set, and MMA sniping these buildings. The pool, that was the biggest part of that entire game, dropping
Absolutely
and killing
right.
that pool.
He took out the pool,
and
then maybe like what, a minute period of time where he's like, okay, now I can do all the damage I need to do. He can't make Zerglings, and he can't make banelings if he can't make Zerglings. He runs around the map, takes out specific points on the map, and from there he takes out the baneling nest. He did a beautiful push.
And then you can't kill the Zerglings, the Marines, man. I mean, they're all 2-2. Zergling Muta, not really meant for that. That's what the
really
baneling's
impressive. It was a really well-played game. MMA really deserves that. That was one of the best Terran versus Zergs, actually, if not the best Terran versus Zerg I've seen at the tournament so far. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We're going to be back soon with more awesome action here at MLG, so stay tuned. The tournament's not done yet.